teachers quitting. Like, it is no secret.
Leaving the profession right now. Between pandemic teaching, not being treated like professionals, the lack of pay, and student behavior.
Recently, I came across a video that broke down why teaching is not a good profession, and it made me reflect on my own why. So I'm going to walk you through it today on my why I still chose to be a teacher. I know about the late night grading papers. We all know the negative. But I also know my favorite teacher. Her name was Miss Anderson. She was my third grade teacher. And she ran this thing called a homework club. So the deal was simple. Turn in all your homework for that year, and then at the end of the year, she'd throw us a huge barbecue. Hot dogs, chips, music, everything. Stakes were high, and I was doing it. I had all my homework assignments turned in. One kid, every assignment, every day turned in, until I didn't. There was one assignment that I forgot. One day, I forgot to turn in my homework assignment. And I burst into tears, crying, threw my backpack on the floor. My stomach dropped. I had my head down on the desk. I was so mad at myself. I thought I ruined my only chance to go to this barbecue. And then Miss Anderson came over. She put her hand on my right shoulder, and she said to me, "I'm not counting this one." She didn't lecture me. She didn't make an example out of me. She just saw me. Saw a kid that was trying. She saw someone that already beaten herself up enough. But that was the day I decided that I want to be a teacher. I want to make that change. I always remember, it was called Charles Plum. He was a fighter in Vietnam War. His plane got hit, he got ejected, and his parachute saved his life. Years later, some guy walked up to him in a restaurant. "You're Charles Plum." "Yeah, who are you?" "I packed your parachute." At that time, Plum had no idea what he was talking about. He never met this guy. He never met this guy who did the quiet, life-saving work. Miss Anderson packed my parachute that day with 4 words. "I'm not counting this one." And that is why I want to teach. Because I probably won't get the kid who comes back in 10 years and says, "Hey, you gave me the grace that saved my life." Probably not, but I'm okay with that. But I know what it felt like to be that kid with her head down, thinking she messed up. And I know what it feels like when an adult chooses to see me instead of my mistakes. I want to be the reason a kid thinks, "Hey, that was a good day today. Hey, something good happened to me today. I forgot my homework, but my teacher still believes I'm a good." I feel honored to be in a job where I get to see my students grow up through these emotions every single day. I want to be a teacher, not because I see the impact, but because Miss Anderson taught me that. So sometimes the most important thing you teach isn't a lesson, it's grace. And I want to be that grace for a kid. Thank you for watching again. If you like this type of content, please consider subscribing and hitting the like.
I'm a new creator, so any comments and suggestions are greatly appreciated.
Thank you for watching. So I just wanted to give you guys just a little background of why I decided to go back to school later in life and how I felt like it was always my calling to become a school teacher.